Hello everyone, we're back for another Title Tuesday. Nice easy first round, as always. I've been playing like an absolute bloody idiot recently, or for my whole life. And my rating has, well, taken a drop down. And we're playing one of the best chess players in the world. Wahahaha, Vincent, the Danger Man, Keymer. And we're going to try out my classical Dutch. And let's go A5. The old variation. One of my first loves. And now Queen C2 is a good move. And this line is a bit dubious. But let's see if he knows it. And I used to play this like before Vincent was born, before he was even a wee little sperm cell. And this is a very interesting idea because we try to go bishop here, and actually Spassky, I believe, played this position as black, and I think white played g4 there when c6 is an idea of my dad's, actually, that he played without computers, and it looks like a very interesting idea. But the refutation of this, and if Vincent doesn't know it, it's very hard to find. You need more time. This pawn takes pawn. So he's playing this old line, and now this is my dad's idea, c6, with the potential of going pawn to d5 and e4 ideas. And the other idea is that the knight clearly has some way in here. So this is all something I've looked at before. Like I said, with my dad, hundreds of years ago. Well, maybe not hundreds, but a long time ago. And I don't know if there's enough compensation. I don't know if I was supposed to go e4 and take there. Can't remember, but this still seems quite interesting. And Vincent now may be forced to sacrifice this one. If he takes here, I take on h2, I take on d5. And of course my idea is to try and put some pressure on his king side. Now he can potentially play that. So I have a number of interesting options here. Throwing the queen in h3 is something. h5 here, then queen g6. But I don't really want this bishop to come to life, do I? Bishop here, played positionally. Not so stupid, is it? Queen here, h3. I'd love to play this. Bishop, okay. Bishop here first. Let's just do this one. Don't like this so much because it's a little bit passive. We are a pawn down here, but one of my ideas is to go queen here, bring a rook over, bishop b5 kind of concepts, and in some ways this bishop might be able to get around. So he attacks this pawn, which I expect I have to defend, and now he just plays this sensible looking move. So I'm going to play a4, might be a useful move to play, and if he plays here I can always take it. Let's get the king out of the way, because I might want to try and get the bishop around and not allow him to take on d5 is what I'm thinking. So let's try that idea. Does this help me? I don't know. Or am I just forcing his queen to a better square? These are the questions. And I've got one idea of queening my a pawn. So that's what we will go for. Now, what is he planning with this last move? I can't see at the moment. Probably f4, but we're going to keep going with the idea of queening my a pawn. And of course we have to step out of the way of some nasty things here. Now he gets his rook in. Okay, I've got queen f6 or queen f4. Some of these endings are probably alright for me. He's got rook e6, queen g5, queen g5, queen f6, rook here, here. Everything comes off check, rook back. And this pawn is quite dangerous, yeah? These endings, dangerous for him. Dangerous endings. So he's got to be a little bit careful in the ending. You know, very simple plan of playing this one. Rook here, queen f4. Is obviously, and then the queen takes, check, rook f8, takes, rook a7, a3 takes, b3, rook b7. So he's trying something else. What is he trying here? Okay, well I don't know, so we're just going to push. So this is his idea. Here. Or do we keep the bishop a bit more secure for now? Let's keep it a bit more secure for now. And how do we play this position then? Here, rook here. This is what he's trying to do. Here and in, but then I take my rook away from behind the pawn, which I don't really want to do, right? But this is still very interesting because 2 passed pawns is 2 passed pawns. Queen here, a2. Gotta watch out for rook here, yeah. Come on, Simon, move. Queen f6 I want. Fuck. Is my bishop... I've got a2 at the end. I do rook b1. Fuck a duck. No! Oh! Must have been winning there. Just freak out a little bit. Shit, rook takes d7 wins, maybe. Oh, no. Just couldn't hold it together at the end there. Played pretty well. And I'm definitely winning right at the end. Ah! And I just can't handle it when I get short time. I mean, I think I played pretty well there most of the game, and you can see, fuck, that I am winning. Just can't keep my cool, can I? And it was a nice game, right? It was a nice game. I missed a lot of opportunities. So here, of course, I should just go a2. I don't know why I didn't do that. And then I have rook a3, which is the move I missed. But I think, okay, I mean, there was other ways. I'm winning. I've probably been winning this for a long time, doing very well, because my pawn is so dangerous, yeah? Just want to check the opening in case I ever get that again. This position, computer quite likes it for white. And it felt like I should have some compensation here. But like I said, when I used to play this line, it was without computers. So who knows? And I have to say, I think I sort of outplayed him around here by some simple maneuvers with my simple plan. And this pawn became very strong. This, I think, was a nice idea. We grabbed this pawn And now A2 just wins, right? I was worried about the rook coming here. How do I stop that? Ah, I just have to check. Fuck, I have rook B1, so just missing these little tactics. So A2 would have just won there very simply, actually. So I missed a number of winning chances against Vincent there, which is rather gutting. And it's just keeping that focus that I sometimes struggle with. Okay, it's only one game, so let's see if we can do a little bit better. Let's try to win the next 3, get back into this tournament. And yeah, I'm just not... sometimes at the quicker time limits, probably at every time limit, my brain works a little bit slowly compared to the strong-ass Grandmasters. I need a little bit more time to ponder life's possibilities. And that was the case there. I kind of needed a little bit more time. Now, this is known... Maybe I should have gone rook d1, but one thing I like trying to stop is knight e4 in these positions, and it gets quite symmetrical if he takes here. I mean, I might be able to sack the pawn and come here and go for some attack, which is interesting, but I'm probably going to take on c6, take back, and play the symmetrical position. And that last game, I'm still a bit gutted about that, because I wanted to play a2, I was worried about the rook coming in, and then even after that, right at the end there, it looked like I should be winning, but again, slow motion Simon is it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Does he want something like this? I don't know. So let's just put the rooks on open files. Sensible play. I'm going to play h3 just to stop something coming there, like queen. Useful move, give my king an escape square. I think I want this move anyway, and I didn't want knight here to come. And we're just going to try to outmaneuver him with our pieces, because now his knight doesn't have anywhere to go. Can't come in here because we were exchanging it off. Should have really taken down Vincent. I'm not annoyed at all. I've got the British Championships coming up in a couple of days, so I won't be doing Title Tuesday next Tuesday, but I'm actually going to be playing the British Chess Championships. You can follow it online. Gormally and Nick Pert are doing commentary. Don't ask me where. If you try hard enough, you will find it. I was going to broadcast it on my Twitch channel, but I don't know. I think Blair is unavailable at the for that task. Should we just double on the open file? So probably not going to bother. Can't be asked. It costs a bit of money to set up, and we don't have that luxury. But you will better find it, and I'm looking forward to that. It's a longer time limit, thank goodness, than Title Tuesday, which I enjoy now. I could have won the exchange with Bishop there, but I'm talking, and it is quite hard to play when you're talking. So he steps out of the way, and now surely there's some nastiness happening here, people. But where? But where do we strike? This one? Then he comes in like Errol Flynn. Should we go here? Like a scared deer? And now he goes here with some fear. And do we slide in and try to rinse him? Or do we probe and aim for some strobes? Okay, I don't know. I'm certainly no Shakespeare, so dyslexic, drunken Shakespeare is not what I don't know. Why do I actually want to go in? Takes, and I don't really want. No, I'm going to come back. I wasn't really sure what I was doing there. Clearly, not for the first time, and this is a little bit annoying. I mean, there should be a good move here, shouldn't there? Okay, why don't I just try to mate him? Queen h4. I didn't want to do this before because knight here. But if I play it now, he has to go here. And surely the sword of Damascus, see, dyslexia, is hanging over his head. Or either the sword or some little chopsticks. I don't know what I was doing. I was flicking, like, I've got to stop looking at fucking Instagram and crap like this. And I was looking at the Chinese water torture, which was Now he can't move that, can he? Because of this one. I should think here. I'm not very good at thinking. I don't... Am I taking here now? Oh, I have to calculate. Does that work? I don't know. I don't know if that worked. He's defending this, isn't he? He shouldn't be defending this. I feel like I should have taken there. Can I still take that even though I've lost? Let's move this one right out the way. And this one, surely. If he moves his knight, this one is checkmate. Do we just bring them all around? Okay, but now he is threatening to take there. Takes. Rook takes. Fuck. Takes. This is a good move. God knows how he's defending this, but he has. Because now his knight is threatening to move. Oh, come on, Simon. Should be. I've played too slowly here. Rook takes g7. Oh, come on. Takes. Oh, fuck. I can't see it, guys. I can't see a good move. And he's threatening some knight jump. Oh, man. Okay. This is terrible. Yeah, this was the problem. I've really fucked this up. I had a beautiful position. Lack of concentration in this game. I had rook there as well. Boom! Never in doubt, boys and girls. Well, it was a nice finish, but I didn't. I mean, I built that up quite nicely. Then I started thinking about water torture videos on Instagram. Don't know why, where a little tickle of water in China they used to do, and it used to just go like that for like days on someone's head. I don't know why I was watching that, and I don't know why I was thinking about that. There's so much shit you can watch, and I've got to stop watching. I would be very tempted. I might just throw my phone away. I might just throw it away tomorrow. Does anybody want my phone? Anyone? Anyone desperate for a phone? I have my phone. Okay, so here, let's have a look. This was interesting. So I played really well, I think, to get this position, yeah? And now, what I wanted to play here, and it does, of course, win, was rook takes g7. But I bottled it. And the only other thing I could think about doing is bringing my last piece in. But this was winning. I knew it was winning. Why didn't I play it? And the line I couldn't work out. If king takes, I'm winning because we have check. And we take here with checkmate. So the line I should have... I mean, what? I've got to concentrate more. Was here, here. And now I wanted to play... It's weird. I'm a piece down. But every move seems to be winning. I wanted to play rook g3, and this is what I was calculating, and I was calculating this, and then this one, but he is stopping this, so I got around here, then I looked at this one, and I thought this is not so clear, because he takes, I'm not checkmating him, so this is where I got a little bit confused, but the computer is showing there's a very nice win here, and this is a beautiful win, beautiful, not easy to see, but look at that, for a stunning way, and again, this is where... You know, my instinct is very good, but my calculation I haven't worked on for a long time. And of course, knight takes, we come in here. And if he goes rook takes, we go, hello, shock. And then he has to go here. And then we go, oh, hello, my dear. I will have you. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. With checkmate to follow. And this was been a very nice way to win. If he goes here, we just go rook g3. He can't stop something rather unpleasant happening on Joe Chavan. If he goes here, now what the flip do we do? There's only one way to win. Knight takes d5. What is that? Can't we just take on f6 and keep it simple? Oh, knight takes d5 to drag his bishop away from the defense of e8. This is a very nice win. And I have to admit, later on, I'm probably losing. Well, I am losing at the end because I allowed him to defend the h6 square. And I I played some horribly passive moves. I mean, I thought the game was going to win itself. Chess games don't win themselves. So I'm sort of... This was a nothing move. Why not... If you can't find anything... If you can't find a way to win with your most active pieces, and there is a win, so I should have found it, then you should look at your inactive pieces, the knight, and you should bring that to where it is needed, because it's doing absolute F all there. And if I bring it around like to F4, it's ready to, whoa, hello mate, whoa, hey, in we go boys. Oh yeah, maybe in the middle. It's ready to do shit like that. And that would have been a very human move. But I played this move. I don't know why. Don't ask me. This was a very good move. And again, this is winning. And now I just thought this is good. And here, I could not see the win. And it's still winning. Because of this bishop h7 idea, which is the key thing. So this is still winning. You can't take with a king because of the check. And this is what I, again, failed to see. I failed to see... Oh, there's even just rook takes f6 here. It's actually very simple. Take on f6. Oh, that was actually... This is where I start to freak out. Why do I start to freak out? Very peculiar from me. Some good moments there. A bit like most of my games, there's like good moments and then horrible pits of doom where I just fall into and you know, die in my own, you know, whatever. And that was what happened against Vincent, because I played a nice game there. And let's play the French defence against Kamelia. And or do we play? Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm going to do this one just because I like a bit of hippo occasionally. And now it's gone into an English defence because my opponent's done these four. And I like this line. I don't think knight c3 is the best, but this... You've seen me talk about this a lot. I really enjoy playing this one. This is very hard for white to face in blitz because of this lever f5, and there's some issues here that white has to at least concern themselves about. Now f3 is normal, I think here. Taking here loses because this queen h5 check can now be met by king f8, and a lot of people, I've had this in real games against FIDE masters where they've just taken here. And even though it's quite complicated and a muppet like me can lose, it should just be winning for black with the bishop on here. You can take as white on this square and after this go check if there's no bishop out here. But when my king's got f8, it's a different story. So we're just increasing the pressure on e4. Obviously, this is a threat. I love it when I play someone slower than me. I don't know if my opponent's giving me respect because I'm a Grandmaster, which is thoroughly undeserved. I don't deserve any respect. I remember when some of the best prodigies I played when they were kids, you know they're going to be good because I'm like a GM, they're like a prodigy. Smack my little kid up. Twisted chess starter. Can we now sack the queen? And when I'm playing these little kids... It's too tempting not to play, isn't it? When I'm playing these little kids, maybe I offer them a draw or something, and when they just say no, I'm just like, you little brat. And they normally end up being masterful players. Is this possible? Is this possible? Or is it a load of shite? I don't know. You tell me. The idea is to take here and counting. Even though I was okay at mathematics, I'm not very good at counting. And I let someone else count. I'm just taking things, but I haven't got a queen. But I got some other bits, right? Oh, do I have to count? I've got these two for a queen. Is that about right? But we are probably threatening some shit. Maybe. I don't know. If my opponent takes here, we will whip that one off. It looks interesting, doesn't it? And my opponent can now not castle, I reckon, because there'll be some shock that out. And there's a very complex position. So my opponent has just done this, which makes sense. Now, I probably should take the rook. And what on earth is this position? Do we play here or do we take here? Complicated, isn't it? Or do we just castle? I kind of like cast. Do I? I don't know. No, I'm going to develop. I don't know what I like here. I'm not sure. Let's develop a piece. And now I think I will do this because my bishops look quite strong here. And are we even? We're equal on material. After all the tick for tax, we're equal material. Now that is a really good move because I was ready to castle and cause my opponent some serious doodahs. Now I would love to go here, but takes here. There's a check, which is a fucker. So I think we probably have to do this. And I don't like that because pieces start to get exchanged. So I'm going to try to make this work. Here, 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 check. Looks very risky for me. No, I'm going to have to keep it a bit more solid. So we have to get castled. Like I said, it is weirdly enough equal on material. And if I can win this guy, my opponent, is it equal on material? I think so. I think I've got a pawn, rook and bishop for the queen. So now this is her aim, which again makes a lot of sense, but let's try and grab this. The problem is in blitz, queens are much better than minor pieces, and actually now this is something that could be disturbing because if I go rook f7, there's a queen here. It's very complicated, but my opponent's playing very slowly, thankfully, but this move scares me and she's bloody played it. Now, do I flick this in, but then... God, it's complicated, isn't it? Here, here, here. Okay, maybe I can play bishop c8, but I don't like it, really. So my opponent's running away, which is strange. Check takes here. This check here, it annoys me, this one. In a number of positions. But why am I freaking out here? I don't know. I mean, I don't like this move. I don't like this move, but it keeps it, I'm hoping, very solid with the setup of bishop c6. And we've got to watch out for this. This one, I don't know. Is it a threat? Well, let's play super safe. I'll say that, and I don't like that move. Not playing this well, I have to say. Okay. What's this final position like? I don't know. Am I better here or not? This is the question. I can't be worse because I'm very solid, right? But I now pawn up. But I don't know if I'm better either because this is kind of a nuisance. It's quite interesting that. And I do know that line. I have had that a couple times before. I don't think it's the best way for black to play, but we don't always play the best moves. We play the most interesting moves. And the final position is 0.00, even though we did win. Whoa! And let's go back to where the fireworks started jumping. And it was around about here. So yeah, this queen sack is not very good, but come on, let's not all, I mean, one of the things that pisses me off nowadays is evaluations, and there's so many patzers at home. Patzer means annoyingly weak chess player. I know I'm one of them, but there's so many who are like engine whores, and what I mean by that is they just obsess over this bloody evaluation thing here. And if it moves, they're like, oh my god, he's blundered, what a weak player. And it's like, it's like you just want to get their head and shove it under a car wheel, a lorry wheel, even better, and drive over it until it becomes a mushy pumpkin. Now, I did get a bit of trouble. I mean, I do sometimes like talk without thinking, and I regret what I say. That is just what I do. I don't regret it too much but when I listen, I don't listen back to myself. But when I just think, did I say that? And I was like, oh my god. And I don't normally talk like this in real life. And is that one thing I'm going to regret? No. I feel this. I feel like smashing people's heads like pumpkins if they're engine whore is very viable and a good thing to do. But let's have a look. Anyway, where did we go? Where do we go? Okay, so what is this position? And I should actually just take here. And then if knight f3, I guess my bishop comes here, does it? So this is knight c6, castles is alright. So this one, and then this is what I was worried about. And then bishop c5. Yeah, okay. Well, knight c6 is alright, I feel. d5 was a move I was certainly scared about here. I thought I had to jump in, but then maybe my bishop gets in trouble after this one or something like that. Yeah, so I won't be moving the knight here again. After my opponent's next move, I should be okay, I feel. But she played a very good move here. Bishop e5, I think that's a great move. And now it's roughly even, but my opponent played some very good moves. h4, another good move. And here I thought was okay. Takes. And I think I was mostly scared about rook here immediately, but you can see, actually, you can't see. It's all been equal so far. Well, not equal. Equal the last couple of moves. And this position is pretty even. So, yeah, but my opponent spent a lot of time getting there. That was a problem. So I'm playing Anna Shankman. Hope she's not going to shank me up. Don't want to be shanked. Don't shank me, Anna. Don't shank me. Don't want to be shanked, Anna. And this is a big game because we're on 2 out of 3. And I hate this move, so I'm just going to play this because I can't remember the theory. This is the Albion counter gambit. Very dangerous if you can't remember stuff. I will have to look at that for the British. And if we win this, we're on 3 out of 4. So this is obviously a big game. Now, we're just playing for the isolated pawn. Why not? Because this at least unbalances things a bit. Now here, sure, she can do that. I will defend this pawn. And now I expect I can attack this bishop. And one idea I know that is playable in these positions is an idea with this and this. So that is something, we've got to move the bishop out of the way first. That if she allows me to play, could be very pleasant for me. But she is taking this one now, so it's not so clear. But let's do it anyway. I mean, it's a double-edged move because we weaken our king as well. And if she takes there, then my bishop becomes good. And one idea sometimes you have in this is pushing the pawn. Can't do that now, but we have a lot of pressure here. And this position actually now does seem quite nice for me. Now, queen here is my instinct. Pawn takes, knight takes here, check, king here. Can we then get our queen to the h-file? Not easily, but it still seems like the right idea to me. So I'm going to play it. Now, maybe if pawn takes, I can just play rook d1. I'd love to do something here, of course. Takes, 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 king here. If I get something to the h-file there, it's game over. But I don't see how I do that. My knight on pre. So I think after pawn takes, rook here makes more sense. So trying to get the knight off pre in some variations. And just generally think the pressure I have with my pieces is nice. So I think she has to take it. I don't see what else she can do. Now there might be other moves there. It feels like I might be missing something there. Is there a knight e4? And if takes, then f7 is even weaker. I mean, that looks very dangerous for her. Takes, knight e4. But what's my knight doing there? Is it actually doing anything? I mean, it looks like it should be, but I can't see it. So I think after takes, rook d1, just, again, I'm just working through this is made best. So she could also play bishop here. Yeah, okay, so she's decided those lines are too dangerous. Now my knight coming in is logical. Or do we take this first and then play g5? Takes, g5, takes. Go for the outright brutal kill. Let's try it. Okay, now I also have other moves like knight here, takes here. I'm going to play this one first because it brings another piece in. And if takes, I don't think I'm taking here. So she's closing my bishop down. But now my pawns are more solid. It feels, could be wrong. And now if I take here. Yeah, complex this game. It doesn't feel like I played it the best. Okay, let's take that bishop because we have this square, and I've got to play quicker now because otherwise I'm going to start to get in time trouble. Now, okay, so here is my idea, of course, all along. The knight comes here, we take here, and with the rook here at the end. And it's a little bit frustrating for me, that rook there move. So knight here. Can we do this first? I don't know. I mean, should I really be allowing the knight in there? Or I can take and go rook d1. I'm trying not to allow this counterplay by taking on f6. And the knight comes back, then I can take here because after rook e8, I have this extra option of capturing the knight. If you see that line, queen takes, rook e8, bishop takes here, like king f2, and that should be pleasant. Maybe even this is something I can consider. So this is my idea all along. But the b file is quite annoying, so we're going to play more aggressively. But should I be playing like this? Don't know. Not sure. Not sure at all. She can take it still. Okay. We're into a rook ending now. Am I material up? I think so. Okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. It loses a pawn, but maybe it loses 2 pawns. Fuck. I can't come back. I need to keep the king active. I thought she checks and takes a pawn. This should be good for me. As in, very good. I have a lot of pawns. And even with 1 pawn, I wouldn't be surprised if it was winning. But with 2 pawns, it's definitely winning. Two pawns too many. Two pawns too many. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got a little bit in the zone there. I didn't play that as well as I should at the end, but that was a big game to win after losing to Vincent. Wanted to come firing back a little bit and win the next 3. Because now there's a break. You know how it works. 11 games, title Tuesday. First 4 games Then the next 4 are key. Well, they're all bloody key. And then, like, I feel like that's the first third of the tournament over. And, well, I felt like, again, in some parts I played that well. But I also, you know, messed up. So you can see, okay, I think I'm playing pretty well today in general. I mean, the only game where I may have got myself in a spot of bother was against, well, I didn't even get myself in a spot of bother against Vincent, did I? I just sealed my own doom. Now here, should I have played bishop here? This is maybe the other move. Let's get off this screen because I hate that bloody coach. I don't need any coaching at the moment. On that note, I am starting to do a little bit of teaching again. Now, I'm very selective with who I teach. I haven't taught for like 10 years individuals, but a mate of mine's son who's 21, 1800 strength, is wanting some lessons, so I agreed. So I thought, okay, I quite enjoyed it. So I'm kind of willing to take on a couple of pupils if you're interested, but I'm going to warn you, I'm quite expensive. You know, I'm not going to lie. I've got a lifetime of work and knowledge behind me, even if I play terrible. So, you know, you're looking at 100 an hour. That's Grandmaster price, because I'm not going to do much. And it's not an hour because I prepare the lessons and I give you work afterwards. So it's more like at least 3 hours. So, you know, it's not, ridiculous. And another thing I would say about coaching is it's not for everyone. So don't, you know, I personally think that coaching is like a last resort and that you should get better by your own hard work. I didn't really ever have a coach. Openings, you don't really need a coach. I can look at some of the openings I know well with you, but you can do a lot of your work yourself with the openings. So don't, you know, don't ask me to look at, well, I can look at certain openings, but it's the middle game and even the ending where I could probably help you the most, and the way you think. Stuff like visualization, trying to get you thinking like a grandmaster. And the other thing with coaching, you can't expect to become good overnight. You know, you kind of need at least 10 sessions, I would say, with any coach, even the best ones in the world, to see any difference. Because chess is hard. You know, you need to change often the way you're thinking. You need to think in the right way. And that's me assessing what you actually are considering. And the way you're looking at the position and getting you to, you know, doing it like a grandmaster should do. Because, you know, I have a lot of experience around grandmasters and teaching. I've taught in the past kids who've become, well, world champions even before. So if you are interested, you can give me an email at simon@gingergm.com, but only if you're serious. Like I say, I am expensive. I don't think it's for everyone, and it's only if you're very serious, and I'm not going to take many people on. So, but you can try your luck. And I haven't really answered any emails about this in the past, because I haven't done any coaching for a long time. But I'm kind of enjoying teaching the pupil I do. He's a very nice guy, and hopefully it will improve his chess, because otherwise, fuck me, I'm doing a bad job. So yes, but I don't think I've done that in the past. So yeah, there we go. All right, so where do we go? Wow, where do we go? Any games going on? Where do we go now? Wow. Okay, stop that, Simon. And we will have a mini pause while I stare at the ceiling and see, I wish I had the word there, but I couldn't say it. This is typical dyslexia. Contemplate. Life, aliens coming here and destroying us. No, I don't care about that. Probably about bloody time, I'd say. Just leave the cats alone. Or maybe the cats are the aliens. And yeah, And that's it. I mean, I'm very good at emptying my mind, but not for the right reasons. Just because, not for mindfulness, but because I'm stupid. Okay, next game, starting soon. Okie doke. So we're back, and we're playing Ryui, Harukin, Ryu, Chen, Harukin. I love Street Fighter, but I have to admit, I was always a bit of a pleb at it, and I took the woman who could kick, because all you had to do was just press the button quickly, and she would just do that with her legs, and it was like, yeah, easy. Because to do the Ryukin, you had to do a little like keypad turn, and I wasn't quick enough for that shit. Because you've seen my mouse skills, right? They ain't that good. Right, we're trying to take down the Ryukin man from China with the Harry bullshit mental variation. And I've tried this idea before. I don't think it's entirely sound, but it can be interesting. And I know that Prague always plays h6 here, so let's try to play like Prague, because I hear he's a pretty filthy ass player, that guy. Meaning, not filthy ass, filthy in the good way, like badass. Before you start saying, "How dare you call Prague filthy?" I'm not calling. Oh God. Let's just leave it, shall we? Okay, so my opponent wants to take and do some stuff, and I kind of want to develop this. I kind of want to develop. Let's develop. Developing, I hear, is a sound concept, and I have done a course on this. Oh, there's a bloody surprise, eh? You never would have guessed it, would you? And I can't remember a fucking thing. Oh, there's another surprise. But I'm going to castle here because I think the rook has done its job, and I want to get my king out of the zone. And I'm still enjoying developing pieces at this moment in time. And that one develops and does something, so it doesn't seem like a major issue. And I guess we're just playing logical, normal moves here. Rookie one. Then I might want to try to swap these guys off, like knight g5. And I want to prove that this is weak, and this pawn sucks the option out of his king. Oh, that actually made me feel a little bit sick doing that. So don't do that again, Simon. It's not good for your health. Okay, so yeah, I was wondering about this. Now, do we even play this? Something weird with the bishop there, isn't there? He goes here then. No, we don't want that. But he's going to go knight e4, whatever. This is the probing possibility. Okay, well, I might as well connect the rooks, but knight e4 is most certainly coming, and I have to take it. A rook takes bishop d3. Then maybe he takes here. And I don't like that. So rook here, yeah, this is the issue. And am I even worried about this one? But bishop here, he takes here. I've just realised he takes here. And do I not like that, or am I okay with that? I don't think I'm okay, because there's some sort of problems there. Rook here, that seems such a pathetic move to play. Rook here, queen takes here. I'm getting very short time as well. Fuck a duck. Knight here, rook here. Oh, I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm getting too short time. I'm under a bit of pressure. He's played this very well. Me, not so. Now, do I even come here if he doubles rooks? With the idea of b4? I'm going to play it, because a lot of lines there I wasn't liking the look of, including his rook coming here in some variations, and this does give me at least an idea. Bishop here, I'm worried about bishop takes here. I don't want to mess my pawns up unless I have to. So his bishop comes out. Okay, let's just play this one. What? Where are you going? Wow, 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 wow. Where are you going? Sweet bishop, where are you going? Okay, I'm going to shut up because I can't sing. Why am I trying? It's a sign of slow insanity. Maybe even accelerated to the point of destruction. Now you can see this is actually quite a common idea what he's playing, and it's actually a move I was a little bit worried about because he's going to take and everything comes off. Maybe I have king here at the end, so he takes here. Right, now this pawn, you can see why Prag played this, because the aim of this is very what you call it, Alpha Zero-y or whatever, that buzzword. Alpha Zero-y. I'm going to have to think seriously here because this position is getting worse. And, you know, I don't even know what I was saying, so let me concentrate. And I don't really want to lose that pawn. This one, well, you know, shit happens. His knight is very good, so he's got clearly very good compensation. And I'm a little bit on the back foot. Taking queens off seems logical, but now my back rank is not as attractive as one would hope for. You can see that knight. It's a real fucker-ducker, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Okay, back rank, weak, cover. I'm defending here. Don't like it. Let's get rid of that one. And he's got a lot of pawns now, which is annoying. My rooks really need to try and get in. So there goes one. In you come, son. In you come, sons. God, I'm so slow. Don't like that move I just played. How do we play this position? It's tough. Pawns are fucking strong. I try to get near his king, but Jesus, how do I even get to his king? Oh man, this is not nice. Fuck. Oh yeah, it was a bit unpleasant, that, wasn't it? Well, not always unpleasant. It was unpleasant when I started playing like an absolute cretin. And even at the end there, just the knight, his sacrifice was clever. And I thought I was doing well when the rook came in, right? When the rook came in, I thought, yeah, I've got him. But I don't know. His knight is so good and he's so solid. And like, I nearly turned it around like here. But even here, his king is pretty safe, right? And this is, the computer's indicating I'm suddenly okay. But I've got to find this move and just go for that pawn. But even that looks very scary. So something has gone wrong. And in case I ever play this again, let's check out the opening. And you can see the computer very much likes this. Okay, bishop e2 is all right. Knight f3. Okay, bishop e2 is fine. So let's go for that. And now bishop g5. And I was worried about the line it gives. Takes queen here. And I can play b6. b3. And I do remember that in my course. But only now. So the line I think I got in my chessboard course, and don't say, well, why don't you remember your lines, Simon? Because I've got a fucking crap memory. Alright? Simple. Takes, queen here. And I do remember this move. And I remember this move because when I saw it, I thought that looks so terrible. How on earth can this move be playable? But it's actually a good move. And my opponent's never taken it because his dark squares are too weak. So this is the line to play. And this line, which you can see, gives white actually a very pleasant advantage. And I just forgot about this. hope I don't forget about this b3 idea again. It's funny how sometimes you need your mind to be jogged to, because every other move apart from b3 is actually pretty good for him. Okay, well knight f3 is not terrible. Takes here. Castles, it's okay. Here. Okay, we played this. This is alright. And now I don't like this one because it walks into this. And I started to get a little bit uncomfortable here. And now he played this, I think, clever, practical move. This was a very good idea, I felt, as well. So he played well. That was a tough game. I didn't. Again, there's certain positions I don't really enjoy playing, and it's often one move. It's not that my position was bad. It's like often one move can get you in a position you don't want to play. You know, like a passive position, and you've got to aim for positions that you enjoy playing. So that was the problem in that game. That one move, I had to play b3. So we know what we're going to do here. We're going to play Richard Rapport's Dutch, which I love. This is a very dangerous idea. This is one of the best responses, but we should challenge that knight straight away. I know this well because it's the last course I recorded, and I'm really enjoying playing the Stonewall Dutch at the moment. I think it's a very decent opening. Lots of fun lines, and you can't get yourself in a lot of trouble quickly because it's solid. And just you get this nice structure. And now this is normally where you go, but I guess we have to just watch out for this a little bit, do we? Don't think so. I mean, he can play it. I think he has to play it now because why else has he positioned his pawns like this? And if you want to learn a little bit more about this, well, guess what, boys and girls? There is a DVD on it. Does that shock you? Does that shock you? Okay, so he wants this square. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. Well, how about this? Because he also has some targets. I'm going to play this because I'm a cowboy. And I like getting that dark square bishop. And now he's playing quite a clever idea because he's getting this square, but it should be okay for me. I don't think there's any major problems here because this pawn is gone with the wind. And we're going to try to use here. So it's a pretty even position. And like you say, Stonewall, nice solid opening. And yeah, you can buy this from the Ginger GM shop. This actually, I think, is one of my best DVDs. Even if I do say so myself. And I put a bloody lot of work into creating this DVD. So go to the Ginger GM shop if you want to lose like this GM here. Which I'm sure you're all begging to do, aren't you? You really do. Do I have to get rid of it? Okay, I think I have to. I mean, his pawn structure now becomes somewhat annoying. And I'm going to have to tally-ho with the Harry pawn again, aren't I? But he's got this weak pawn. And the other thing I've got to watch out for is his knight coming here. And then here. This is... So here, 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 here. If I was white, I'd be like doing something like knight e2, knight c1, knight d... So if he does that... I'm just going to try to fucking mate him. Excuse my French. If your kids are watching, I apologise. So I'm going to put the bishop back here. This actually seems like quite a solid setup because he has a weakness as well. And now we obviously come here. And this is actually pretty solid. And I like my position, actually. Now, do we go here and get rid of the bishop? I mean, this one, again, is not... ridiculoso. Okay, I'm just going to stop his knight moving because of the pressure here. Make sure I do not blunder. Now here and knight here, very tempting. But I think I want to open up the h file. I'm not sure. We've got to close that down there. And let's just. I think I want this and this to attack, right? I think, but I don't know. So now he's coming. So let's also play with a little bit more urgency. Now, if he takes, queen takes, hits his rook, and threatens checkmate, so he has to go queen here. And then what do I play? Because he's coming in. Key position. I mean, rook here is... Do I... Okay, do I play around his knight there? Very risky. His knight's coming in, and I don't necessarily like it, but let's see. I want this and the queen coming over. Where's my king best placed? Even here, possibly. And I want this. I'm just going... I'm literally... And is he taking here? But then I have checkmate, right? So we're in. We're in with my idea. Are we in first? If he takes a knight, I take here. So he has to run. Now, surely this is the way to go. I'm not even calculating this because I assume that something is happening here. And I hear assumption. This one. Fuck it up. That is boom! 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 Put out your pipe and smoke it, son! Beautiful. Absolutely sexy. We tickle. Come at me, I come at you. I play with you. I play the king side. We open the H-file. We use Harry. We come down. We come around. Oh, that felt good. And that is when the instinct just flies. It just flies off the sleeve. And the magic just comes out. But we're probably now going to find out that it's all unsound and I'm an idiot. But it looked like my attack was good. So there's a lot of positional stuff going on. And like I say, the Stonewall... I'm actually doing, at the moment, a lifetime repertoire Stonewall course for chessball. And the last one, like I said, is this particular variation for Ginger Gem. So I've been working a lot on the Stonewall. And I think it's a great opening. I honestly think it's a great sound opening with not too much theory, and it's easy to learn. So this position to me, it felt like I needed to get some oomph power on the H-file. So we stop him breaking it up. Great defensive piece, my bishop. And now my opponent comes up with a decent plan. He wants to get his knight here. So that is what happens. But in the meantime, we land first. And actually now, I don't play this in the best way because I don't need to treble up. I can just try to get my queen here. Because that is just a killer, isn't it? Is that a killer with this idea? Check and G3 drops. But it is a blitz game. So this seemed fairly logical. And now this is all very logical for a human. And this is looking extremely strong. It's a big check. So he has to run. I don't think he's got any choice. He has to run. And this is where we do not need to think. The best advice I ever was given in chess is don't think, just play whatever comes to your mind. Don't do that because, you know, but sometimes you should. Sometimes you should play free flowing because I'm free. I'm free flowing. And in we come. And now I fucked up because I could have gone here straight away. I played the next move without thinking. I could have... Oh, this would have been even more beautiful. But I didn't do it. Oh, he has a... What the hell? Oh my god. You are so shit, Simon. You are so shit. Can you Adam and Eve it? He can go knight takes queen here. What an oversight by both of us. Can knights move backwards? I knew it was just too good to be true. I knew this piece of brilliancy just couldn't actually happen without some massive shit coming along and rubbing itself into the light. There had to be a big stain on the gold. And so the way I should do this, oh god, I just have to ruin it somehow, don't I? Everything brilliant has to be ruined. I should do here with the same idea. If he goes here, rook here is mate. And if he goes here, we get the same position, we go here. Now that is what I should... I literally thought I was a genius for a couple of moves, but actually I'm maybe the weakest GM that you will ever lay your eyes on. Lay your eyes on. Because he can take it. And after rook here, guess what, boys and girls? He can take it. But he did this move, which I thought he'd been lining up to do for a while because he wants to get in and rampage me. Very uncouth. And now I did get this in, but it certainly was not a sound game. Ruined. I just ruined my brilliancies there. Oh dear. Okay, well we got 4 out of 6. We're playing all right, except for the end of that game. I was getting a little bit short. No, don't blame it on the time. You're just shit. Okay. I had some glimmers of brilliance there, and I'm playing. You know, I like to say I'm outplaying nearly everyone, including Vincent Keymer, who, you know, I can do this. I can take apart even the best players in the world, but then I ruin it by literally, you know, I don't know what. It's some masochistic. I hate masochism. It's like masochistic thought. Oh, I'm doing so well. I've got to ruin something. You know, let's just go and drink a bottle of bleach or something. I mean, come on. Oh dear. Don't do that. Don't ever do that, by the way. You shouldn't ever do that. That's very bad. This, you know. Only drink what your mum and dad gives you. And whiskey. Okay, there's 2 games going on and the score. So we have round 6. So we're trying to get 7.5, aren't we, generally? So what do we need? We've got 5 games. We've got to get 3.5 out of... Well, if we get 4 out of 5... That is that right? Yeah, 5 games, 4 out of 5 is 8 points. Now that would be as smooth as a weasel sliding down a greased up drain pipe on a cold winter's day in Greenland, when it's been snowing and icing and the sun has just melted that ice slightly, so it's become a little bit slippery, and that weasel is just... That's what we need to do. Okay, now I don't think we'll pause it because there's one game going on. Let's see, let's have a look. If this game goes on much more, I'm going to pause it. This game could go on forever. It's 176 moves. Oh, come on. Why are they doing this? You have to ask yourself, people, why are you doing this to yourselves? Why are you doing this? It's opposite card bishops. This is like, it's getting... Okay, thank God for that. Okay, good. Right, so we how many... 2 more games until the break. So if we win the next 2, we're on 6 points. We're on a great score, but we're playing a tough... I mean, all the Indians are tough, right? I mean, a tough player. And we got black again. But that might mean we get another little cheeky Dutch in. No, we don't. And he's played this. And this move is quite annoying. But I'm just gonna play my opening. I call it my opening because I don't know anyone else who plays this crappy idea. And the idea is to just keep pushing it. Push it, baby. And this is the best move. And this is also a good move, which is annoying. Why are you playing good moves? You're not supposed to be playing good moves, sir. And I'm trying to use my space advantage in the centre to create some initiative. But how do we do that? Well, let's take with a knight. It seems reasonably interesting position. Now he wants to take this pawn. Can we sacrifice that pawn, like knight here, and come in like Errol Flynn? Well, I don't know if we can, but we're doing it because we have a complete lack of respect for material, which is potentially a big downfall. We also have bishop here, d3. Takes. Can't see a follow-up there. So I'm going to come in and I'm hoping that I have some compensation here on the light squares. But I've given him a central pawn. So it's clearly could just be a very flawed way of playing. I don't know. Queen f3 is kind of... I haven't got great development. Queen b1. I missed that one. I want to keep the queens on, most likely, yeah? So we go here. His queen's misplaced. I want to put the bishop on this square. Is there enough play? I mean, it's kind of gone a little bit ski-whiffy, right? A little bit. I don't know. Okay, well, we need to develop. So let's develop d3. He's got this, has he? Okay, but if I take and take the queen, there's nothing. So queen, I want to keep... Yeah, okay, so this is... Where's best? Here or here? Very weird. I'm relying on this light square bishop a little bit too much because now he's coming in. Okay. Alright, so that didn't work. And this often is what happens when you experiment. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. Experimenting is for adults. And we're pawn down with a pretty shitty position, I'd say, as well. Because this one is the move that manifests on my soul. Okay, so the bishop can go here, but so what? Knight here looks really dodgy for a lot of reasons, but when you're in a dodgy scenario, you have to play dodgy moves. It just looks dodgy because this one is kind of like a possibility at some point. So, okay, so the opening did not go well. I struggle against this b3. I'm always experimenting with this e4, and I probably should just play something very normal, which I'm going to do in future if I ever get this again. And did I just fall straight into this after saying I can't do this? Am I this shit? I have. I've just fallen straight into this. I knew this. I just totally forgot he could do this. Absolutely balmy. Literally, absolutely balmy. I'm very annoyed with that. Yeah, okay. Well, I've just thrown it away, haven't I? Fucking hell, Simon. Balmy idea. Okay, well, we have to now win all our other games. And I mean, the position was really rough anyway, and maybe I subconsciously lost a bit of hope. We can only hope he castles here. It's the kind of move I would play when we checkmate him. But position was not good. This pawn sacrifice just didn't. It wasn't good. This is one of those ones where you try, and you well, I don't know if I was really trying even, was I, in this game? We're playing a little bit. Why not? He's probably going to try to get a knight here now. He's playing this very sensibly, trying to take here. Do I resign now? Well, very tempted to resign. We will try this first. His king is in the middle. So this is actually gives me a glimmer of hope, actually. This is very peculiar because now I can... Or do I take here first? Take here first. I have this check and this one. And even though I'm a whole rook down, this is really unclear. Because king safety is very important. And this check and rook here, yeah, this is not clear at all. Because his king can't come up. What does he do? Check bishop. So he has to do something like this. And now the bishop coming in, followed up by... So here queen takes, check. Looks very dangerous to me. So I'm going to go here. Because I'm relying on this check being massive. Now of course he can give his queen up. I forgot I don't have this. So... Which really takes my possibilities away. I forgot that this one defends. So, shame. And I don't believe any of this now. It can't be. It can't be. There was a point there though when I feel like we really got back into it there. Actually, weirdly enough, but not now. This is completely gone past the sell-by date, and we can probe a couple more. And if I have more time, you know, he's just blundered a rook. He's got to blunder a lot more than that though, which is a shame. When you're in a position where you can literally blunder a rook and still be okay. But maybe it's going to freak him out a little bit. And this is a ridiculous game. Absolutely ridiculous. What? Why do I lose on time? I played the move. Oh, come on. That was just... I don't know. I actually... I'll be honest with you. I had this same problem last week. I'm not going to be all Kramnik because the guy's a fucking lunatic. And not a very nice guy, by the sounds of it. Doing that whole thing with... Navarra, but I had this last week and I got so annoyed that I quit and I didn't post the video, and I've told you that now chess.com insists you use this program called Proctor, which is a very intrusive program, and if there was any other tournaments I could play online, I would quit chess.com and play the other tournaments if there's anything similar. Like, I don't know, maybe there is a lead chess thing I could do weekly. Because I kind of sometimes enjoy this. It keeps me playing a bit of chess. But if you guys know any tournaments like on lead chess, anywhere else where it's strong, it's 3 minute. I can't play any quicker than 3 minutes. I'm too slow. Where you don't have to use this bloody Proctor, I would, because you have to use a couple of camera angles, and it also I don't know, it like tracks your system. It goes on your system. Your computer works. It seems to work slower for me. That might not be a thing. I had this last week where I was very short time. I played a move and then I lost on time. And that seemed to happen again there. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not that, but it's probably just me being slow. But it's really frustrating playing this Proctor. I really don't like it. It might not seem like, you might be thinking, well, why? It's just a little program you put on your computer. But I don't want to give like a big organisation my give them access to my computer. Not that I got anything to hide. It's more like, the documents on there. I don't know what's going on. It slows it down. And last week this happened. I'm just like, oh fuck this, and I withdrew just out of disgust because I was so annoyed with using the system. So I'm hoping I'm not going to lose my temper again, and we keep doing Title Tuesday. But if there's any other options, then please be free to tell me, because I'm getting sick of this chess.com thing. Even though chess.com, the tournament is good, and maybe this is the way chess has become. Maybe we have to use these things now to stop cheaters. Maybe this is just what it is. Maybe this is it. I don't know. But is everyone using this Proctor, or is it just me? I've been told I have to use it. It seems also unfair that some people have to use it and other people don't. I think they were saying only 20%. They've insisted 20% of people use it at the moment. And it's all, well, fucking hell, make everyone use it or none, because otherwise it's just not on. That's my rant, and I'm ranting because after all that terrible game, I've got the best position I've had for a while, and I'm certainly totally fighting here in this position back in the game. And it felt like I played that move and I played it in time, but then my time went. So what happened? I don't know. I mean, I'm still worse here. It's not, I'm a pawn down, but this opening, yeah, I do struggle with this opening, and I ripped this game off, but we did get back into it, didn't we? It was my opponent was dropping as many pieces as me. He was playing horribly as well, but I played more horrible, and I'm just going to play something sensible against this stupid system in future. And it seemed like this was playable, but it's not. This is what happens sometimes when you experiment. Experiments can go wrong. They can blow up in your face, and you can lose an eyeball or two. And I seem to, in the opening, lose at least one eyeball. And after queen b1, I really don't want to swap queens off. That's not the idea. And now we need to get 4 out of 4, right? So we need a good run of games. We can do it. We've done it before. So let's do it again. We're playing well today, I feel. So there's no reason why we can't get 4 out of 4. I think we're going to have to try to play a little bit quicker. And e4 is the other way. But this move often leads to isolated pawn positions. And that has been the theme of the day, right? We had that isolated pawn position where we beat that strong lady earlier. And we're going for... This is all theory. And normally they take here now. Maybe there's some other options. And we get this isolated... IQP is the terminology they use at the in the hood. And I think knight here is now normal. Bring that knight around to defend. Because what you do in these isolated pawn positions... And funnily enough, I've done a course on this. Master Method 2, I just talk about how you can get an isolated pawn position as white against most openings and how you should play it. And one of the key things is obviously this idea, this diagonal. My pawn, yep, so he plays the common idea, and now we will see how he defends against this. This is all very normal. You play a3 because you don't want knight b4 ever happening, and you're trying to force a weakness in your opponent's position here. So g6, well, you know what's going to happen there, don't you? We throw this one up the board to try and again just soften up that structure there. And if he plays h6 in that position, well, it doesn't help because that's mate. So this is and I lost the game at the 4NCL, the English Chess League, with this. So I had a little look at some ideas, and I remember looking at this queen d3 and h5, and I got about this far, and I came to the conclusion, yeah, that looks pretty playable and quite aggressive. Let's do it. But I don't know what to do next. Always a problem. So I'm maybe considering again, I'm just putting pressure on the light squares slowly. So I'm hitting here, maybe hitting here. So in some lines there's takes, queen takes here. Clearly not when the knight's there. But if that knight ever goes walkies, then it becomes a possibility. Now here seems like, yeah, okay, my opponent knows how to play chess. Now I should do something with this, right? And taking is, I feel, part of the plan. Don't move the knight because you will get zonked. If you go here, queen over here is a little bit annoying. And I like these pawns defending, so can we do something? Okay, it's a blitz game, Simon, don't forget that. So let's try and get the bishop to e5, because then if I get my rook in, great, and that bishop is a defender, I stop the queen coming over. So maybe my opponent should move the queen over now, but then I want to use this square anyway. Maybe the knight comes in. So that's my next idea. Use the e5 square for a piece. And my opponent here takes, rook takes queen here. And here takes, rook takes queen here. Can't see anything for me there, unfortunately. c3. And this one is weak. Okay, it's a good move from my opponent. Rook here. I don't want the queens coming off. Definitely not. Now, can I move this one? But then the queen comes and attacks this anyway, and that knight comes there. So this one is weak. It is weak. Here the knight comes in anyway. Here rook takes, queen here. How am I playing against this? Can't see a good solution. Can't see. Do I have to? Okay, I'm going to play this. I don't want to play this. Obviously, this has gone wrong if I've had to play this. Maybe my opponent can start doing these things now. And he's going for the exchanges, and I have to exchange now because of the positioning, and that's unfortunate. So yeah, so actually this we'll have a look afterwards. I think actually this is the guy I lost to in the 4 and CL. Very nice guy, and I lost him in the same opening. So we're repeating those things, and I'm falling apart a bit here, I must admit. Falling apart again. Tactically falling apart, aren't I? Fuck. Which is annoying. Obviously. This is just horrible, yeah. It's just fucking horrible. Okay, well. Yeah, okay. He's played well. Beat me again. I'm going to have to really look at this opening more and study the middle games a bit deeper. This has gone horrendously wrong. I can't even see much hope here, because as soon as the queens come off, you don't really have any play. You need to keep the queens on. So my pawns are going to drop, and got one idea of coming here, but this is just a one move idea, which my opponent effectively stops there. And yeah, this is gone. It's gone. We need a miracle. A miracle. Those pawns of his are looking good. So the only chance I've got is getting a rook here and a knight here. But I'm probably going to lose on time again. Got to remember that, haven't I? You've got to be a bit quick. Quicker than I am. Oh shit, I did lose on time there, surely. Yeah, it's actually nothing to do with the computer, it's just that I'm very slow. Okay, this is gone. It's gone, my friend. This is not even doing anything. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was annoying because I have had a look at that, and it's annoying when you look at something but you still get beaten by the same player. So well played, Tim. You played very well. I can't complain about that game, and I really need to look at this position here. So so I thought this was very playable. Okay, the computer doesn't necessarily like it already. How else do we play this though? So here must be natural. Okay, I'm not going to get too obsessed with the computer. And this started to go the wrong way, didn't it? This queen d5. My opponent played like a perfect game here, pretty much. Okay, so here, and now, yeah, maybe I just need to do this Prague idea and just keep a net around him, because I never got the initiative actually. So I'm rethinking this whole idea right now. He played all the perfect moves, and I didn't. We need 3 out of 3 to get to 7 now. Frustrating. So I'm really thinking like how I can improve my play, and this is still should be fine. I think this might be the best way to go about it. Just put the bishop in, because he surely doesn't want to swap off here. Okay, I'm not going to bore you by pondering that position for a long time now, because that's something I have to do another time. But we can only try to get 7 points. I'm going to pause it. 3 games to go, And that was the only, I would say that's the only game where I got outplayed, really, that one. And my opponent played very well. So the other games I can be more annoyed about, but not that game, because he basically played extremely well and he didn't really make any mistakes. And look, he played a perfect game, like 3000 level at least. So I cannot fault that. But I've got to learn those middle game positions more. That idea of him bringing the knight back, very clever defensive idea. And I've got to think of a way, you know, I can cause some practical problems. And when I say I've looked at the game I lost against him, I probably spent 30 seconds on the train drinking a beer, having a look at it. So I have to have a proper look. So we need 3 out of 3. We need to get to 7 points now. And well, let's see if we can do that. Okay, so the search for 3 out of 3 is now on, and been a bit of an up and down week this one. Be nice to finish on a high, especially as I'm off to play the British Championships, and we don't want to lose all 3 games and feel like we are a complete loser, which should be annoying. But we've got to stay positive and take away the positivities, and the positivities that we can take away is that we're playing pretty good chess. We're just losing to tactics. Is that right? I don't even know why I'm losing. You tell me. I'm not even sure why I've lost. Take that last game out of the way. Some experiments have gone wrong. Look at this. I'm going to grind him. He doesn't want to be ground. I wanted to grind him. I'm going to grind him. Grind the ending. I want to grind the ending. Take the ending. Take the ending. Okay. So, we're playing Roman Goldin. And the reason I've done this is I kind of want to try and do something with this bishop. Now, how can we do this? Now, here, we're running to an f5. So, that is a problem. So maybe the bishop should come to a3. And in order to come to a3, I need the rook guarding that square. So this is my idea, that if he now plays bishop c7, which I know he wants to play, I have bishop here. And against other moves, I win the bishop pair. So we're just going for a little grind in this game, very untactical, where we're trying to say, oh, the bishop pair is nice. Very nice. But I don't even know if that is necessarily true. He didn't even go for any of that crap I'm talking about. So now I'm thinking this square. So we want to put the knight here and the knight here, because that is an outpost. That is one hell of an outpost, isn't it? So we're trying to just grind away, get the knight to this. This would be such a sexy square. And we're going to maneuver and come in, and we will eliminate that one, and he can have the bishop pair. We tried with the bishop pair, it didn't work, we didn't like it. We're going for the knight something another instead. And he's coming all the way back. Wow, he's playing very peculiar chess here. He's probably saying exactly the same about me. Let's get rid of that knight. That knight can't live there. And let's come into the middle, because otherwise... Who are ya? Who are ya? Now this is interesting, but not needed. I'm okay, so I'm just thinking open file, rooks on the open file, very simple. This one opens up his bishops a little bit too much, so we don't want to do that. We've got to go for incremental improvements. The knight is good, but it's not enough to win the game. So incremental improvements, double up rooks on the one open file. Now that there's something a little bit odd about that one. Now I could even go e4 because he hasn't got a knight to put in the center, but that blocks my bishop down, so I don't want that move. Definitely better here, but How do we improve? Okay, so now I'm thinking, because his bishop is so far away from covering his dark squares, I'm going to try and maybe just see if we can do something with those dark squares over there, which we can't. So we'll go here, just keep probing some possibilities, and now I need to, again, open up some things. So we've got to use the H pawn. I can also maybe think about these two moves. And this just gives me ideas again of those dark squares. So H6, we come in. This has been one of the themes this week, hasn't it? Using that that guy. We'll go here because it gives us this move. Bishop H3. I don't know if we need it or we want it, but it gives us that idea. And maybe now I have to play Bishop F3. Okay, so what? We'll do that. And we can come back and maybe play for another idea. So the next idea we can try, and let's not fail to some horrible tactic like losing a piece with this, is we can maybe try play on the H file now. So one idea could be taking, rook here, and queen in. So he's decided to break, and that does actually look a little bit scary for me, because now this is an idea. So I'm going to move my king back now. Am I being too clever here? Quite possibly, because E4, and he wants to take my knight off. So I've played this fucking badly, haven't I? Okay, but let's keep fighting. And I should never allow this pawn to get here. I was trying to tempt him forwards, but why the hell was I trying to tempt him forwards, boys and girls? I do not know. And now we have to come here, but I've lost all my edge now. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So we're not... I don't think we're worse here, but we had that lovely piece protected by the bishop, and I've just made my bishop terrible. Do we flick this one in? Here, and I've made my piece is terrible here. Not just piece, my piece is horrible. And he's got this F bloody 4 as well. Oh man, such a bad. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, he's played it well, but I've played this so badly. I have to come here, and this is horrible. Can we flag him? He's played this well. We are struggling massively here, but you never know. This pawn really weak. Can I got everything going wrong with my position? Everything. Really don't want to lose this one. After grinding away. Coming in now. Tricky now. Oh, am I not there? A8! Oh, fuck. Oh, dear. It's been brutal, some of the mistakes I'm making. Just again, the clock goes down. We can only get 6 points this week. What a bad week. What a way we've crumbled here. And I threw away such a nice edge there, didn't I? By playing a little bit too carefree and allowing these two moves. I've got to stop that. Maybe I should just be putting the pawn on E4 to try and work against that. And we'll have a little look at the computer evaluation, but a little bit sick of where I'm kind of outplaying a lot of my opponents, but not taking advantage. And for example, A5, I need to do something. This move, not correct. And there's some tactics I missed even there. And here, yeah, this is not good. F5, and now I'm starting to get a worse position. And I missed his idea of just coming G5 and F4. And then at the end there, oh wow, I just blundered, didn't I? I mean, actually here, I'm doing all right again, because suddenly I've got around the back, and I'm probably going to win on time, as long as I don't do what I did. I mean, just take the pawn. How did I not do that? I'm just seeing my time. When it goes under 20 seconds of this, I panic. Right, I definitely need a break then. And then we'll come back the last 2 games and we'll try just to get a plus score this week. Can we still do that? We can still get 6 points. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you play like me. Yeah. Oh, that was painful. So we're going to have to wheel out a black line. Try to get a bit of violence in. Try to get to 6 points. Another weird thing with the system, Proctor, is they say you cannot log off, which I don't understand. Why can you not end the tournament if you want to? Because it doesn't really affect anyone, people withdrawing. I mean, in a real tournament, it does affect pairings, but not online Title Tuesday, not very serious tournaments. So I did log off last week, so I just wanted to see, what, is your computer going to explode if you log off? What's going to happen to you? Are you going to get arrested for logging off? What is the problem with logging off? So we're playing a black line, and this is, dare I say it, one of the more dull variations. And it should be, I feel, with this knight c5, a good line for black. The whole point of my play, and one of the main ideas I found in the black line, is that you get a lot of chances against that pawn on e4. So when you play the black line, you're often looking at somehow attacking that pawn. And I think I've had this even before in a Title Tuesday, haven't I? Would not be surprised to have had this as well. Now he does get a lot of activity here, and it's getting complicated, but I did win a pawn. Now this one first fought, then takes bishop here. Looks to be a problem for me. So I might have to move this knight, and I don't want to come back, but I don't see how I can stop this otherwise. Now we've got to get rid of that knight. We have to take with a rook here, and bishop here. I'm thinking we have to go rook c5. Again, it looks a bit silly, my play. But is rook c5 going to be alright? We can even just do a little trip with the rook. And he's got to go, I mean, he can go bishop here as well. Play it a little bit more contained. And then where do I put the rook then? Very weird position, because his piece is very active for that one pawn. If I get a chance to kick his knights away, then it should be okay. Now I'm going to go here. Am I? Well, I have to. What else am I doing? But now he could go here maybe. And worst case scenario, I can give my rook up for the dark square bishop, and that should give me really good compensation. The dark squares, I think. So rather than hold on and try to defend, let's try to turn the table a little bit and get a bit of initiative. Now here his knight does come in, but I don't think we need to. Do we need to worry about that? So do I have enough on these dark squares? So his knight does come in, and we're centralized for now, and we've got to keep the queens on. And how strong is this bishop? Is it as strong as a rook? Feels like, to me it does, because there's just a lot of holes in his dark squares. He's got some great diagonals, this bishop, and I can play this quite slowly actually. I think I don't need to rush the compensation, but with that last move he's asking for it. But then I take. That's check though, but he does have these knight here. I'm just going to go here. This is a really lazy move, because there might have been something much stronger there. Because you don't put your queen there. You just don't do that. And we're just playing this very slowly. Now, I've got to start playing some tactics sooner. Now I've got all my pieces to the best squares. Can he grab that one? He's come in, and I'm hoping we check, and then he's going to get the queens off. This is a bit annoying, isn't it? He's going to get those queens off. He doesn't want to get the queens off. Surprising. So we'll come in. attacking. This is what I'm saying about his dart squares being a bit weak. He should have definitely gone queen c5 there. And I'm sure I missed some tactics. Now he could take, but then you get the knight at the end. My knight's very good in those positions. But what else can he do? This one. And he gets the queens off anyway. This is how I'm missing stuff today, aren't I? I'm missing loads of stuff. Now knight here takes... okay, let's try this one. Let's try. Let's see. Otherwise, again, I probably don't have enough compensation. So this way the queens come off, but my knight is good. It's been a pretty bad game this all round. Now here, my knights are good, but let's do this one. Felt like again there was even a better move there. Knight h5. I find in chess a lot of it is flow as well. I don't know if you guys find this, but when you've lost a couple of games, you kind of do lose a lot of motivation. And when I'm winning games, I kind of get pumped up, a lot more confident. So a lot of chess is flow. That is undoubtedly, I would say, the case, which it probably shouldn't be. It shouldn't be flow. You start doubting your moves. You start doubting, and here his rook comes in. You start doubting a lot of things. But this is quite a weird little tactic, which we can certainly try. And I think I'm doing well. I mean, especially now I'm doing well, but I think I was doing all right anyway there. And this is definitely doing well now. Takes, his rook comes in. Forwards, very peculiar positioning of pieces. Let's try this, just because the pieces look so weird. And I want to go here now and threaten mate. Very weird checkmate setup this. And now he's going to get mated. This is one of the weirdest checkmates I've seen. We can pre-move this. There you go. Very weird pattern at the end. And I'm not going to look at that game because I know there was a lot of mistakes there. So sometimes just spare yourself the pain. And we still need to get at least a draw to get 50%. But a win will get us over 50%. I won't feel so bad. I won't want to go down the pub and get horribly drunk. That is unfortunately my way of dealing with bad shit, which is very unhealthy. But hey ho, you know, it does seem to work. I probably won't want to get drunk, but a beer, just a nice cold Katie's cider. Love that beer. And my local pub, it's a great pub. They do Katie's cider, which I love. It's a strong cider from Somerset, and they do mead, drink of the Vikings, and it's like 15% mead. It's bloody nice. So just a couple of them and things are rosy. And we all need to sign something we enjoy and let it kill us, they say. Who said that? That was can't pronounce his name. Brodsky? How do you say it? Find something you love and let it kill you is not a bad thing, I feel. Well, it's probably fucking terrible. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. One more game to go. Come on, let's stay strong and get a plus score. All right, the pain is next. One more game, and let's go with this English defense again, because we got a very interesting position in this line last time, and I think that is Mongolia. Yeah, I'd actually love to go to Mongolia. I think that'd be a place. And recently in I see Twitch going a bit funny now. Not Twitch. I use XSplit. Is it still working? I don't know. Maybe. God, it's fucking Twitch. I think I can press the video be recording doing something. Should we stop this again and start? Okay, I'm going to stop and start. This is ridiculous. Now, I hope this is recording. It's always the way, isn't it? When things go wrong, things go really wrong. And I just see many technical sort of glitches have been happening. So I don't know if this is recording or not. Typical, but I'll continue. So I've lost a bit of time. Just had to close down my recording software and open it again. But it'd be nice to record this last game, and let's just see if we can now concentrate a bit better. I've been playing rather random moves, and it's been actually a very interesting opening. And I was saying, and I don't know if any of you heard, do we give up the pawn here or play this? Let's play this. I was saying that I'd love to go to Mongolia, and I was playing against a lot of the Mongolian players in the recent World Team and Rapid Championships in London, and they were really strong. They were great players, and yeah, some really strong players there. And sorry, I'm just also trying to think how I avoid just losing this position, because here takes. Okay, maybe we have to do this. So yeah, it just seems like an interesting place to go, and they got actually a really quite strong chess culture there. Originally, I didn't think this was possible because the bishop takes here, but it is. And my bishop's very good on e6 in these positions. My knight will be very good there. So it's a very interesting position. And my opponent is also trying to kill me because my king is a little bit weak, to say the least. But I think I'm plugging a lot of the holes here now with this kind of move. This should be plugging a lot of stuff. I still need to castle. And maybe my opponent has to play a little bit more positional now, and but she's clearly an aggressive fighter, and my king is an issue still. It is an issue. What do we do with the drunken king? Are we going to grab that and pray? I don't know, because knight takes here. Let's do something silly. Away. Here we come. Let's go there and move the bishop and try to castle and play some chess early in the morning. Right, okay, I'm just trying to get my king safe here, which she's not making easy at all. And I'm running out of time as well. So I'm going to castle queenside and play quick. Let's do it. So here. Castles. We can't go kingside anymore. It's far too much happening there. But I've got a lot of pawns over here, so I'm not overly worried. Off we go. Get the king over there, please. Thank you. We also had this little cheeky move, but G2 is now the target. Open file. Attack the open file. Rook G8. And attack. Now my opponent might, and my opponent is also trying to attack me. Let's get rid of that one and grab that one. Can we grab that one? Because then bishop comes here. Maybe we can't grab that one. Well, we certainly can't now. And we've got to line them up. But I've allowed this, opening my king. My opponent did not go for it. But my king is still, dare I say it, not a happy bunny. And come on, knight, do your defensive duties. Rook G5. Very interesting game, this one, actually. I might have to go defensive mode, though. Because, oh, no, we're not going to go defensive, are we? My knight defends a lot of squares, thankfully. It's a great knight, that one. Bloody excellent piece. Bloody star. It's an absolute star. And let's just swap them off so I don't get mated on the A file. But I might get mated on A8. I've just realised. Fuck. And I could well get mated on A8. And I think I will get mated on A8 if she plays that move. She doesn't play it, thankfully, because I was getting mated there, I'm sure. And I could still be getting mated here. But let's throw another piece in. It might help me mate her. And oh, it's, oh god, I didn't even say it was check. What the hell? And I'm going to take a draw here and get 50%. because I've this game. She could have just taken there and won immediately. There's no way that we are winning this anymore. That's enough. Oh, so many things went wrong today. A nice even game. That wasn't any. Oh God, why don't you just shut up, you Danny Wrench weird lookalike? Get out of my computer. Well, good thing is I can shut down the chess.com program now. And remember, if you can recommend any other tournaments I can stream, I guess they might not be as popular until we grow them up, but I don't like this program. Things are crashing on my computer. Probably nothing to do with it. Probably just to do with my mind, but do recommend. Cheers, everyone, and I hope this video has survived. Till next time.